Hey, it's JC. Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban lifestyle and jungle survival. We are in the jungle, and I've got 3 knives to test out today, or ready to compare, because I've done individual tests for these knives. But I thought because they're all of a kind of a similar size and similar intent, it'll be interesting to just compare them head to head. And if you're in the market for one of these knives or something similar, then this video might help you. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to help the channel out. And if you'd like to support the channel even more, do check out my shop links in the pinned comment or description below. You can even join as a channel member. Thanks a lot. So these 3 knives are the LionSteel T5, the DPX Gear Hest 6, and the Tops BOB Fieldcraft knife. Now, all of these come with the original sheaths except this one. This is a custom-made Kydex sheath from Meron Knives out of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And the original sheath is a leather sheath, but because we're in the jungle, it makes sense to have all Kydex sheaths. At least that's my preference, just due to the high humidity and the dampness over here. So just have a quick look at all the sheaths. So this has a belt clip. This is the original DPX Gear sheath, slightly different clip. And this is the Tops BOB knife, that's Brothers of Bushcraft, and that has a metal rotating clip. All right, we'll get the knives all out of the sheaths, and then we'll have a look at each of the knives. So I would consider all these knives bushcraft / survival knives. And the reason I say that is because of the size and the intent and how they're built. Now, when it comes to survival knives, people generally prefer larger knives, 5 to 6 inches or more. They definitely want a full-tang knife. They want something robust and with a certain amount of thickness. Now, when it comes to bushcraft knives, people generally prefer a smaller knife, something that is not so thick in blade stock and is able to do a combination of woodcraft and fine work, whereas a survival knife is supposed to be a jack of all trades, a 1-2 option. So these knives to me fall into an overlap between the two. You definitely could use them for both, in my opinion, or at least I believe there are a lot of people who find that they're suitable for both bushcraft and survival. So I chose these 3 because they're very similar in terms of the length. Right, this is 5 inches, this is 6 inches, this is 4.5 inches, all full-tang with a very thick blade stock. I believe the BOB knife is probably the thickest among all. Yes, you can see that. So that's really built like a tank. But honestly, they're all very strong in my opinion. I also find that they're all very ergonomic in terms of the handles. I believe they're all micarta handles, yes. But this is G10, the DPX Gear is G10. This, I believe, actually is G10. So actually, these 2 are G10, this is micarta. Now, they all have exposed pommels with different designs. We'll get to that later. And in terms of the blade shape, they're more or less drop point blades. In terms of the grinds, this is a high saber grind, this is a high saber grind, this is the only Scandi or modified Scandi grind. Right? This was really designed as a bushcraft knife. That was the intent. This is more of a tactical, general purpose survival combat knife. And this, I'll say, is more of a tactical hunting kind of knife as well. But they all have features which lends itself to bushcraft and of course survival, whether you're doing heavy work like battening, or if you really need to chop, or if you need to cut into bamboo to get water, or if you want to do final work to process wood to get feather sticks and to split down wood to get kindling. Definitely these knives can do all that. So what's really, I guess, the main difference? Maybe it could be the steel. So let's talk about the blade steel for these. So the blade steel for the T5 is nylock steel. That's a stainless steel, a very good all-round steel in terms of edge retention and toughness. And then we have this is S35VN, also a very good steel in terms of toughness and just all-round goodness. This would probably be the cheapest steel between these 3 knives. This is 154 cm. This knife also comes in 1095, but being in the jungle, I prefer stainless steel, so this is 154 cm. Still a decent steel, but not as good as these steels over here. So if steel choice is very important to you, then that would be a consideration. Another thing I would think of would be weight. To me, weight is always a concern. And in terms of all these knives, you'd be surprised. The smallest or shortest knife is the heaviest because it is the thickest. Then comes the T5, and then comes the DPX Gear Hest 6. I personally really like this knife for its weight and its weight distribution. I think it's a really well balanced knife. Maybe because it's designed as a tactical knife, fighting knife, it has to be well balanced. Now you notice it has a pommel in a very odd shape, almost looks like a bottle cap opener. This is designed as a pry bar, but you notice that the pommel, compared to, let's say, a standard knife, which tends to be straight, then this is curved. Seems weird. Well, there's actually a reason for it, for the design. It is because if you are holding in reverse grip for fighting, then your thumb naturally comes over here, and then you can apply pressure with your thumb and it won't poke into your thumb. So I thought that makes a lot of sense if you use this as a tactical fighting combat knife. Now I should mention that my bob knife is actually modified, so it would look different if you have this knife. For one, I actually removed the pommel, so there was an excess pommel that's been grinded down. I also reshaped the bottom heel over here, and then the jimping is less aggressive. So I made these changes because I just thought it was more comfortable, looked nicer, and it's my knife, so I just wanted to make those changes. But I thought I'd bring it out because it's not the exact same knife. So the other thing I would consider would be, of course, the ergos, and those are the handles. Again, for me, the DPX Hest 6 has the most ergonomic handles. Are small to medium hands, so these are thinner, but they are really sculpted. You can see the scallops over here for actually both hands. So it's ambidextrous, right? Whether you're left-handed or right-handed, you have grooves for your fingers, which really makes it comfortable. And because it's not too thick, it's also really good. Now, I find this knife also very good. It's not too thick. Like I've often mentioned, the Moronov Garbot is very plumb in the center, and I find that's too big a swell for me to really get a good purchase for long-term use. But this, yeah, this is fine, absolutely fine. And the LionSteel T5 also very comfortable with this one-piece micarta kind of sculpted handle scales. So if you talk about comfort, I would say they're all comfortable for long-term use, but I personally prefer the DPX Hest 6. Now, what else would be important? Maybe let's talk about choking up. If you're doing finer work, you might want to choke up. So you do have a finger guard here for the T5, and then you have to stretch over. For the Hest 6, again, you can't really stretch. You could stretch over, and the nice thing about this design here, you can see this ramp, you can have a nice, depression here. So it's well designed that way, or you could push forward here, and there's slightly a bit of a guard as well. Here, as I mentioned, I did grind down the guard just a bit, but you still can get work done in that sense. So I would say they're more or less about the same. With all knives, you have to get used to them, and I'd say that you could get used to any one of these knives and be pretty comfortable. All right, let's talk about, I guess, one final thing, more towards the survival. Now, when we talk about a 1-2 option, you want to be able to be confident to do almost anything: build shelter, build fire, gather resources with your knife. Which of these knives would be best or better? I would think while the bob knife is definitely built like a tank, I think I would prefer a bigger size, and over time actually I preferred a non-Scandi grind, and I actually prefer a high saber grind, which these two have. So maybe these two to me would be the knife I would prefer to carry. I also find them more confident in hand. And overall, based on all these three, for a survival knife, my bet would be on the Hest 6, just for the overall comfort, the balance, and the size. But if I'm doing it for more bushcrafting, that would be a different choice. I'm now, of the school of thought that a bushcraft knife should be on the shorter side, even towards 4 inches. So this I might consider too big for a general bushcraft knife, and that's mainly also because I pair it with a parang, which is a machete, and that's at least 10 inches. So I do not need such a large knife. So I would say for bushcraft, then the grind to me would make the difference. I personally prefer the high saber grind for doing finer work. Not to say that you can't do it with this, but we will be testing it out. Now, it's been some time since I've tested all these knives individually, and definitely not together. So maybe I should answer that question later, after I've kind of examined and tested these knives in one sitting, and then I'll give you my thoughts then. And then we'll talk about the price as well at the end, and that might make an informed decision for you as well. So we've concluded the side-by-side comparison of these three knives with various tasks, and let's go through them. So I was pretty surprised with the battening. The T5 took a lot of effort for it to get through that piece of wood. And I should mention those three different pieces of wood came from the same branch. They're just all sawn into three 12-inch pieces, and this took a lot of effort to go through. Now I'm thinking it could be that section of the wood that was very knotty, so that made it very tough, but the entire length of branch was only about 3 feet long, and we cut it into three pieces, so the knots should have technically also carried on at least down the branch, at least in my opinion. So it could be a bit of the branch, but surprisingly, and this is anecdotal, it just took a lot more effort to batten through it. Now it was easy for the Hest 6 and the Tops BOB as well. Surprisingly to me, it's shorter blade, but I guess because it's just so stout, and that Scandi grind probably really helped. So definitely these two would beat out the T5 in this simple kind of experiment or demonstration. Now when it came to feather sticking, the T5 and the Hest 6 actually performed about the same in terms of the effort to get the curls and that thinness of the curls, but the Tops BOB actually won both of them out easily, maybe because of the Scandi grind and because of the thick blade stock, at least allowing the thumb to press to give that added leverage. So that's interesting to note. So to sum up, if we're talking about a bushcraft survival knife, kind of all-in-one, which would be the best choice, we have to talk about price. Now the average price for the T5 is $170 US, the Hest 6 is $355 US, and this is $250 for the BOB. So significant difference, especially if you compare the T5 with the Hest 6. So if price is a consideration, then maybe this might be out of budget for a lot of people, or people aren't willing to spend that amount of money for a fixed blade. Then in that sense, you would be comparing between this and this. So it's 250 versus 170. Still a significant difference. You could buy yourself a Swiss Army knife for that difference. Well, I think if you are looking for that bushcraft slash survival and not necessarily just bushcraft, then maybe you'd want to get the T5. I think in all-round performance, even though the battening seemed questionable in this particular video, I don't think that's indicative of the average performance. Now, if you're more into bushcraft and you want a bigger, thicker knife for bushcraft, I can see you getting this Tops BOB knife, and there's a reason why it's popular as well. Now, personally for me, I find that in terms of overall performance, the Hest 6 actually performs the best, and I like the balance and weight overall better compared to all these knives. So if I were just to bring out one knife and it's my 1-2 option bushcraft slash survival knife, then yes, I would actually personally prefer this, not counting price at this point. Now, if you are to factor in price, I can definitely see this being monumentally more expensive than this, and it would really depend. If this is the only knife I'm ever getting and I'm investing in this in the long run, then I might consider the Hest 6. If not, definitely I think the T5 is more than adequate for the needs for a bushcraft survival knife. And as mentioned, if you're more into just bushcraft and want a more bushcraft style design as well, you'd go with the BOB knife. Well, that's my video for these three knives. I know it's not exactly comparing apples to apples, but these are three popular outdoor knives, so I thought it's worthy of comparison, and this video might be useful for you. So, do you own any of these knives, or which do you think would suit you when it comes to outdoor 1-2 option? Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.